All right, this is what we need to talk about right now. This is a freaky looking video too, man. Sometimes you look at your videos and you say to yourself, wow, this is a strange looking video. Hope you enjoy the strange camera angle as much as I do. I want to talk about a story about Mr. Bump Bump, okay? Mr. Bump Bump is a guy who is very smart. Mr. Bump Bump read some manuals on the internet about how to seduce women, which is great because Mr. Bump Bump is actually a very evolved man. Mr. Bump Bump is actually very witty and smart all the time. So he uses that wittiness and cleverness to really go and meet women. He can text her, he can be witty and clever, and he's funny, and he's a master linguist and really good at words. Now, back when I was in my 20s and 30s, I was Mr. Bump Bump. I understood being Bump Bump all the time. I was always trying to be the funniest guy in the world, the most witty guy in the world. And this is pre-texting days, so I had to actually perform it over the phone. Yes, something called a phone. I know right now you're probably watching this video right now on a device, and that device actually has a keypad. You just need to look at the little thing that looks like an old-fashioned phone and hit that, and you can realize that you actually can communicate and talk to people on that. So I was really witty and all this other stuff, and what I realized at a certain age in my life that women are really about emotional connections. They give you all this information about who they are. They give you this information about how they feel. They give you this information of where they grew up. They give you this information of what they do for work. They give you this information about where they went to college. They give you all this information so you can literally have an emotional connection. Witty is great. Emotional gets them turned on. Emotional gets them excited because then they feel like they're actually going out with somebody because you want to be able to connect. And same thing for you too. I mean, you don't need to do a sit-down comedy act over a glass of wine all night long and be the funny guy. You really want to know if you can emotionally connect with her as well too. So take the information that you're given. For instance, you guys grew up on the same part of, let's just call it Long Island, okay? And you work on this in the same area of, let's just call it the Upper West Side. And you both, let's say, went to graduate school around the same time. And let's just say, for instance, okay, you find that she's actually in your phone. Oh my God. So in that situation, what would I say? Like, either A, we are cyber stalking each other nonstop, okay? We've been stalking each other for our entire lives. B, the universe, that higher power, wants us to get together, and this is basically our last chance to do that. We actually just stumbled across each other on Bumble right now, and this is our last chance to do this. Or C, I have your phone number because, well, this little Jewish grandmother that I met at Zabar's on the Upper West Side one day told me that she has this great granddaughter for me, and I didn't really trust her because grandmothers have always been trying to set me up my whole life, and I didn't trust it, so obviously you were in my phone, and I, being the superficial male asshole that I am, didn't trust that you were cute, and now that I know you're absolutely adorable, I can't believe that I didn't go out with you 3 years ago because we would have been a we by now instead of just being the potential of us. Emotional connection with a story. Think about an emotional connection as telling a very powerful story to her, and the story is all about the story of us because that's what you want to create in her. She's not going to be dating the sit-down comic. She's not looking to have sex with Seinfeld. She's looking to have the story of us. And the only way you're going to get the story of us is to take that incredible wit that you've learned, which is great because it's an attraction and seduction tool, and turn it in and not be afraid about implanting the seed of us, because that's very important. They need to feel like they're going to become a we. And what you're doing is making them feel like, well, it's just Mr. Wit or Mr. Bump Bump and her on this journey. Turn it into an us. Turn it into a we. Don't be afraid to communicate. Don't be afraid to talk. Is there a question there? All right. Later.